I've had, I think I mentioned before, this mother who had a WeConnect running, and the switch broke. So she sent it back, and she said, please send it back to me as quickly as you can, because my husband treats me so much better. He's so much nicer. And my kids are nice to each other. You know, the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 year olds, the young kids, the boys that want to fight all the time, don't when this is running. It's when the environment is shifted so we don't have that edge. You know, there's something that's going on in our environments today that's coming in from the news, that's coming in from the newspaper, that's coming in from all these components of electricity and the lighting and the computers, and it's putting us all on edge, and we take that edge out on each other, and it's affecting our relationships.
Absolutely. Sometimes we're not aware just how much that affects us. And before we know it, we're snippy. We close down. We feel that pain, that sense of um, despair. And when that happens, then we go back into those old reactive patterns. Essentially, what we've done is we've shut down. And so, what we're really speaking about now are what are the ways that we can open ourselves more, that we can become more receptive and expansive, and that we can be in the driver's seat, realizing that truly we are co creators. And we can take that creative experience of deciding what kind of relationships do we want? Do we just want the same old, same old? Or do we want something that's more satisfying, that adds value to not only our lives, but the lives of others? And when that is your choice, you are creating a new intent. And that really is a vibrational field. That is an energetic field that then is carrying out that directive. And that's what makes a huge difference. Now, nurturing that directive, creating that directive, is about you being able to connect, working with coming through that heart center, being aware and mindful, and really stating to yourself that your life is an opportunity for you to express who you are at the most wonderful sense. And it doesn't matter what's going on, because honestly, there's so many experiences out there, and we're choosing not only to determine what experiences we see in our lifetime, most importantly, we're choosing how we can respond to it. And people will be very, very vastly different in those responses. So the question is, what will you do? Will you come back into that balanced and centered and connected state and create a response that is of greater awareness? Like Dr. Ross said, taking that mindful moment, that breath, so that you can actually say, what can I bring? What can I bring to this relationship that would be supportive right now? So let's say you're talking to somebody who's in a lot of pain. It would be perhaps an old pattern of mine to be able to go, oh, I feel so badly for you. And then before you know it, I'm getting into that energy field. Instead, what I do now and what you can do is to sit back with compassion and appreciation for the person and for yourself. And then the question becomes, what is the opportunity now? What can we co-create and bring to this situation so that we can both benefit from it? We can evolve. And when we're looking at things from that perspective, all kinds of magical things happen. We become aware. Serendipity starts to happen. Things just are known to us so that we can step forward in a higher aspect of who we are. And that's what we mean when we say that the environment that we're creating is influencing us. The vibrational field that we are projecting, that's emanated, is supporting us in being able to enter the relationship in a much more satisfying way.
As Gail's been talking, it really becomes evident that relationship is not about the other person, is not about the other things in our life. It's about us. We create the relationships. We create everything, and we must take responsibility for everything that's working and not working. And that's not an egoistic thing. The ego always gets in and mucks it up if you're coming from that level. That's why we keep talking about going through the heart to access the higher aspects of self, to access the soul level of self. Because from that perspective, you can work with intent, which is very, very powerful. But you can't even get to a clear understanding of what intent you're supposed to have until you spend some time in that meditative energy of your higher self. You can be in that meditative state even without sitting in meditation. You can carry it with you. That's the nature of these geometric tools, to carry a field with you that is meditative, that is able to help you understand what your intent should focus on. It gives you that power that comes from soul, because that's where everything is created from anyway. It isn't created from this level of creation. This is the field of effects. The third dimension is where everything shows up. This is where we see what's been going on those higher levels with our emotions, with our mental capability, with our spiritual capability. This is where we see those effects manifest. So we have to start on those higher levels. And then we can see what's going on. Then we can have an intent that is really encapsulating our highest purpose and the highest purpose of those that we are interacting with. And so when we bring that energy through, that intent has the right focus and the right energy to take us into a place that really changes and solidifies our loving relationship with others.
And when you think about it, what is our life about? Our life is about love. That is the highest quality that we can learn about, that we can offer to the world, that we can evolve with. That's how we polish the diamond of our soul, is to really be able to understand and express love in the deepest and most profound ways. Enjoy that heart-centered, loving nature of who you are and what life and relationships can be as you're becoming, as you are mastering, as you're mastering love and joy. What an absolutely wonderful thing to do.
It's the only reason for really being on the planet, because as Buckminster Fuller once said, gravity is love, and it's what pulls everything together. It's what keeps things together. It's the essence of all relationships. It's beyond what we experience physically as love. It literally is that force of nature that is responsible for creation and life itself.
So we thank you and we offer you blessings and enjoyment.